Welcome back into the Ride Life podcast, Jim. It rained yesterday, and I think the Ride Life barbecue was the first Saturday it hasn't rained in 15 weekends. So we had that one Saturday, so we had a great Saturday. We're not even going to talk about that, but I don't know what's going on, Jim. How you been, man?
It actually didn't rain here yesterday. It was supposed to, but it never did. But I gotta just tell you this story. It's funny because, like, I went out with a friend Friday night. Right, so we meet up at this place, and it's like a small, like, local chain. It's called the Thirsty Beaver.
Wait, the Thirsty Beaver?
Yeah, it's called the Thirsty Beaver. So obviously, I'm a huge fan. But we go to the one in North Smithfield all the time. There's one in Cranston, North Kingstown, and I think one in West Shore. So my friend's like, "Hey, let's meet there." I'm like, "Yeah, all right, cool. I like the one we go to." We're just hanging out, whatever. I'm like, "Oh, I gotta go use the bathroom." I walk into the bathroom, and there's two dudes like taking selfies in the bathroom mirror. Now, this is not a big bathroom. This is like a urinal, a sink, and then like a water closet, right? And these two dudes are taking selfies in the fucking bathroom, and they're like talking, and I just look at them like, what is going on? And like, oh yeah, we're just taking pictures, man. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I go to the bathroom. These guys walk out. I'm like, first of all, I've never had a conversation in the men's bathroom ever in my life.
You've never been in the bathroom, like at a concert
seriously.
or a baseball game or something, and just no? You're just very quiet.
No, dude, it's all business. You just go in there. And it's maybe a head nod or an excuse me or something. You do your thing and you get out. So now I'm getting ready to go home. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to use the bathroom one more time before I leave. We're walking in the bathroom. There's two dudes, two other guys in there having a full-blown conversation about hats.
Huh.
I'm like, I'm like, and the guy's looking at me, and I'm like, and he goes, "Oh, what do you think of this hat, man?" And it's like one of those like canvas ones. It was like a Red Sox hat, but like, you know how the canvas ones get like really flat?
Yep.
And his buddy's trying to tell him, like, dude, that doesn't look good. It like shapes to your head and blah, blah. And he's like, I gotta wear a hat, man. I'm bald. And like they're having this whole fucking conversation in the bathroom. Like, what is going on? And then they're dragging me into it. So he goes, try this hat on. He's like, oh yeah, man, this is fire. This hat's fire. I'm like, what the fuck? Just want to go to the bathroom, man. And they're like, I'm literally trying to take a piss, and these guys are like talking to me about their hats. It was just the weirdest thing. I don't know. Why are we having conversations, full-blown conversations in the bathroom?
Some people are very talkative, Jim. I guess apparently you're not. My favorite line, like in the bathroom, just to break the ice, like not break the ice. I guess like you're all standing at the urinal, and like I'll look over and be like, "Oh man, is it supposed to burn?" And that's how I usually. That's my extent of talking in the bathroom.
Usually, if I feel compelled to say anything, I go, "Boy, this water's deep."
Oh, jeez.
But dude, it was an awesome week. Like it was hot, but it was awesome. Like,
yeah, I loved it.
Did some riding today. Discovered that the tire that I've been talking about for a year really, and it's time. I say the belt. That's like kind of a car term. I don't really think it's a belt, but the whatever you want to call it is showing on the tire. Like
the wires.
Yeah,
but that's pretty impressive for just riding. Like you never do any burnouts or anything. That's pretty impressive just for wear.
I did like 3 burnouts last year.
Oh, okay.
I almost did a burnout on my bike at your house when you started firing them up, but I'm glad I didn't because I didn't bring that tire up. That might have been the end of it.
Yeah, so you think that tire will make it up here to do a tire change, or you're going to have to do it down there?
All right, well, so I'm a little stupid. I don't know. I talked to Rhodey, and he was like, dude, if you come over to my house, we can pull it off, and there's he's got a mechanic that can change it out. And I think if it's off, it's not that bad to swap this probably, I mean, I don't know, but it's probably $50 or something.
Yeah, well, there's a guy down the street from my house. He does it for $30, but
he breaks the bead or like mounts it and everything.
Yeah, you got to bring him the tire, and he'll break the bead, take the old tire off, put the new tire on for $35.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
But
so
if you could,
I mean, I don't really ask him. Yeah, but I got to make it there, and then I got to have the tires on the bike and stuff like that. And I kind of want to do some riding this week. It's going to be like mid to high 80s all week. So
yep.
I'm I'm riding home, so I went to go see another friend today because the wife was working, and I was up in Templeton, the old stomping grounds, and I'm riding around there, and I went up like around Mount Wachusett and stuff like that, and I'm like, damn, I forgot how nice it is to ride up here. Like there's a lot of good roads up there in North Central Mass, and so whatever. I see the tire, I'm like, this is terrible. I'm like, I'm just gonna beat feet home. I'm like, I don't know what's better, take the back roads or just get on the highway and go. So at what point I'm on 146 and I get these cars are just like they're playing stupid. They're like weaving in and out, they're speeding, and I'm like, I gotta get away from these guys. And I fucking gunned it, dude. I hit 115 on the way home. And then I realized like I'm actually kind of a fucking moron.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like on that tire. I'm like, this is really fucking stupid. But they were just I don't know what they were doing. Cage is just playing dumb games.
It's Sunday afternoon. They don't know what they're doing. They're probably drunk. They're freaking
But
coming home from the beach, coming home from the lake. They don't know. They're not paying attention.
I mean, it would be like if you were like closer, I wouldn't hesitate to just be like, "Hey, I'll get out of work and ride up to your house and we can do it." But it's a 5 hour trip.
Yeah.
Between going up and coming back, especially during the week with the
Traffic.
traffic and stuff like that. So
You
I think,
get
and
it,
I got
get it done up
the
there.
speaker gremlins back too.
The speaker gremlin.
Yeah, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the left speaker is like intermittently not working again.
Oh,
So I'm like, it's annoying as hell, and I don't know why. So I'm gonna pull the fairing and just make sure all the wires are good, fiddle around with it, see if there's like a loose connection or something.
I can tell you this. So during Laconia, when I was riding my road glide, it it wouldn't fire right up. It cranked over a lot. It wasn't firing right up. My radio would go in and out, wicked annoying. And Edwin's like, "Oh, I think it's just because of the Bluetooth and they're going through the mountains." And I'm like, "Yeah, maybe." But it turned out that it worked fine when I got home. So I'm like hitting wires, trying to get it to cut out, and I put a wrench onto my negative terminal, the battery, and it was a little loose, but I couldn't tell by my finger. So I once I tightened it up, all problems gone. Radio doesn't cut out. So it was just the ground just wasn't fully connecting.
Dude,
So
was your radio actually like was it turning off?
it wasn't turning off. It was just I'd lose the connection for some reason.
Okay,
Yeah, so maybe that wasn't it. I don't know. I thought that was.
so I'm running Bluetooth until I get a new mount, which is already not as loud as when the bike is like plugged in through the USB port. But I'm riding today and I'm like, it's all right speaker. I know it is. And I'm like sticking my head down and I can tell it's like it's not on. And I was having that problem last year and then it just stopped. I'm like, well, I don't have a problem anymore. I'm not gonna tear it all open. I'm like, maybe it was just a something was loose or whatever. Or just I don't know. But I'm probably gonna tear it off and dig into it and see because it drives me nuts. And it's when you're running one speaker, it's like half as loud. And when you're on the highway, you can barely hear the music, if at all, depending on the song.
Yeah, wire and stuff like that's a pain in the ass. Did you have
I
your?
mean, that's a pretty simple setup. Like it runs from the speaker to the amp. So if it isn't that speaker, if it isn't that connection, that wire, then it's something in the amp, and then that's a huge pain in the ass.
Yeah. So I got my new helmet in. I got my new Simpson helmet.
Yeah, you try it out yet or what?
Oh yeah, I've been riding it. I've been riding it with the 3-wheeler. Riding
All
wheels with
right.
my Simpson helmet on. So, but right away, compared to the Bell, I'm sure it's just my head. The Bell is a great helmet, but the Simpson seems to fit my head better. They both feel pretty much exactly the same, but the Simpson just the way it fits my head better. So
I think it's really comfortable. But did you do any like highway riding or anything like that with it?
no highway riding yet, but I got the new Shield, and yeah, I like it. I mean, I got up to 80 in the back roads, but it's loud, but I don't care. It's great.
Is
It's
it
very.
louder than the bell?
I don't think it's louder than the Bell. No, I think it's about equal. It's definitely more comfortable. I think it looks cooler. The Bell is pretty good looking too, but the Simpson. So I was happy.
Because that bell is a nice helmet. But I don't have anything really at this point to compare the Simpson to. I mean, the last time I bought a full face helmet was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
you've had a few.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, between the Biltwell lane splitter, the Bell, and the Simpson now. The Simpson is definitely the most comfortable. The lane, I like the lane splitter too, but it's not a modular. And
Yeah,
the Bell is good. I'm definitely gonna keep the Bell as a backup for sure. So, yeah, Jim, we got 3.5 weeks till I leave for Sturgis.
that's unbelievable, isn't it?
I, you see my new sign back there in the studio?
Budweiser, the Ride Life podcast.
Yeah, just my new Budweiser sign. Got that at
That's pretty nice.
a yard sale. Driving by, I'm like, I like those old signs, stuff like that.
There's a guy down. I drive by it all the time. I can't remember if it's Rhode Island or Connecticut, but I run that between that road all the time. And he's got just a million signs out there. It's actually like I think it's called Patchcog Pickers or something like that, and it's just a huge yard. I think he's got a trailer in there, and then it's signs, and you can tell there's metal and different things mixed in there. But um, you'd love a place like that.
Yeah. Does he sell them or
Hey,
is he just a collector?
no, I think so. I think it's like a place you can go. It's he. Problem is, he probably knows what he has, right? So if it's a real sign, like you're gonna and you want to buy, really want to buy it, you're gonna pay for it. It would be my guess.
Oh yeah, some of those old Coca-Cola signs, they're worth some money. So,
Yeah,
but
that looks good though. Studio's looking tight.
oh yeah, we were supposed to have a guest tonight, by the way. So my buddy Steve was supposed to be a guest. He's going to be a good guest. He's going to come on eventually, but he's a golfer. He's a bike rider, Harley rider. He's got a Sportster that we're going to turn into a stunt bike. He's going to leave it here, and we're just going to stunt it, learn on that bike. He's a world champion snowcross, watercross on a snowmobile. I don't even know what they call it. I think it's when they ride across the water.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know what
So
they call it either, but it's pretty
I
impressive.
think maybe watercross. I'm not really sure, but once we get him on there, he's going to tell us all about that. He's a good kid. So, but he was supposed to come on tonight, and he had some stuff going on. He's busy. He's a busy guy. Unlike us, Jim. He's busy. He's got things to
Yeah.
do.
So we're a little ill prepared tonight because we thought he was coming on. But what about have you seen any of the Mobbing in the Mountains stuff?
No, tonight at 8 o'clock. So Sunday night, 8 o'clock, which is 13 minutes from
Pretty
now. He's going live on YouTube to see what really happened in Mobbin or something like that. I forget what he.
all right.
But
So
I'll go back and watch that after.
I've seen a lot of clips.
Yep.
Just clips that people have tagged him in or whatever. Looks like a good time. The
Yeah,
ride looks unbelievable.
we're going there next year. We're going with Corey. Corey said he's gonna trailer down next year, and I'm totally down with that because I know what he's saying. I've always thought this like people that ride to Sturgis. So you ride all the way up to Sturgis, or you ride all the way up to Laconia, wherever you're from. You ride, 15, 16, 25, whatever hours to get to this place, and you beat. And then, like, it's supposed to be really nice riding at this place you're going to. And, you do some riding, and then you're just thinking in the back of your head, or else I would be thinking, I got to ride another 15 hours, 20 hours home. So I'm with Corey. I'm going to trailer the bike out to Mobbin on the Mountains next year, ride the shit out of those roads, have a blast, and at the end of the 4 days or whenever, however long it is, throw them back in the trailer and cruise home. And if I'm with Corey, we can just talk about the riding the whole way home. It'll be awesome. So,
So it's definitely like a different ride down there than going to a place like Sturgis or Daytona.
oh yeah,
I just looked it up. It's 685 miles.
yeah, it's not it's a bike event, yeah, but it's just in its very early stages. So that
Right.
it's gonna be
But I mean,
fun.
it's not such a long ride that it's like you're really going to be ass tired. But 685 miles. I mean, in theory, you could do it in one day.
Oh, for sure.
It's not the ride down. It's the ride home.
Yeah.
Because now you're there, you're hanging out, you're riding all day, you're in the sun, you're watching live bands, you're having a few drinks, whatever. Now it's like, okay, it's time to go home, and you're dead ass tired, and you get in on your bike and ride 685 miles.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't leave after a day of events and stuff like that. You leave first thing in the morning and
That's what I
get a
mean. But you're dead ass tired. You're dragging ass.
oh yeah.
Like,
Last night there, you want to party it up, and then you got to wake up early, jump on the bike, and just so no.
yeah, and if you're in a tent, which a lot of people did, I know that wouldn't be your style, but like now you got to back up your tent and all your stuff and load up
Yeah,
the bike and
I'm telling you, I would. I would go in a tent, but I need power. That's my thing. Like for my
Yeah.
to sleep,
Yeah, I got you.
I need a power outlet. So
I got you. That shit, gotta have it.
yeah, so whatever.
Gotta have
But
it.
Mobbing in the Mountains, I'm waiting for him. I don't know if he's released the dates for next year or not, but
He
hopefully.
has already.
Oh, he
It's
did.
later.
Oh,
It
good.
ends on June 27th.
Oh, perfect. So it won't coincide
So
with Laconia.
I forget the exact start date, but call it the 23rd to
Huh.
27th, something like that.
All right. How, how is
And
that? That's later.
yeah, well, this year it was it ended on the 21st.
Yeah, I think it ended on Father's Day.
No, the week after Father's Day. It's just like Laconia this year. It pretty much ended that same Sunday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah.
And I kind of saw it and I was like, I was going to make a joke and I'm like, he'll appreciate it, but no, I never did. But I was like, yeah, next year Laconia is the last week in June.
Yeah, right. They're gonna move it up again. Well, hey,
Yeah.
they moved it up and they had great weather this year. So
Yeah. And I don't really think he cares. Like, this is just his event that he enjoys putting on and it's a good time. Like, it is
yeah,
what
I
it
mean,
is.
even if it coincides with Laconia next year, I don't care. I'm going to Mobbing on the Mountains because I think that'll be more fun.
Have you been to West Virginia? Did I ask you that? Have you been through there?
I don't think I've ever been to West Virginia, to be honest with you.
So
Pennsylvania, I don't know. I might have driven through, but I don't remember. So I don't know.
so I spent a little time in the truck in West Virginia, and it's from what I saw, it's pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah,
it's very mountainous, obviously, but a lot of two lane roads. Like they like this is the main highway. It's like the 2 lane road,
yep,
and it was gorgeous.
yeah.
Like it was a good time.
Well, because Doc had his live the other night and Corey was on, and the way Corey was explaining it, like, so they have rides that they go on, like planned rides that they go on and stuff like that, which is really cool. And so I think they're gonna make some changes for next year because Corey was making it sound like they're gonna change some things, split up the riders because maybe it was the groups were just too big, so they're gonna split some things up and stuff like that. But have you ever ridden in a big pack?
Yeah, I've done some charity rides. I hated them.
Yeah, like were you in the front? Were you in the back? Where do you prefer?
So I think the only two I did they were there was a guy that was like a local guy and it was for him. They had like a scholarship fund in his memory, and I think I ended up somewhere in the middle, and I hated everything about it.
Yeah,
For me, I like to be in the back, and then it's just like I'm in the back, and then I don't care. Like,
yeah. Like
uh,
even when we're riding, like four or five of us, I hate leading. Like I feel like I'm just out there riding because nobody comes up and rides next to me. I'm just out there riding by myself. I feel like I'm just riding by myself. Like I like at least if I'm like two or three back, I can see the my buddies ahead of me, and I feel like I'm
and
doing
every
a
time
ride with
we
them.
and every time we ride, right? So we're up. A lot of times we're up at your place, so you're leading because you know the roads and stuff like that, and you know the way. I prefer to be in the back. I just like to hang back and like, oh, if they're riding like idiots, I can just do my own thing. I can go. I'm never like, not that I don't like to ride fast, but like I'm usually not the guy that's gonna like outride the pack anyways. Like it's just because I like to stop and smell the roses, so to speak. So I love being in the back, but I feel like the middle, like in one of those charity rides where there's like 80, 100 bikes, that is the worst place you could be.
I did one of those charity rides from I think it was way back in the day. I think Mistress Carey was putting it on for
Yeah.
WAAF. Remember that?
Yeah, she did. Was it for Toys for Tots?
Maybe that's what it was. Something. It was out
Yeah.
of Framingham, Harley Davidson, maybe. But we met up there, and it was just a shit show. So, uh,
It's hard. I mean, I know like when they're like that, people do the best thing that the best that they could do to kind of like organize them and keep them together and stuff like that. But it's just too many bikes, too many people. I actually know people that have done charity rides and have actually pulled out, just said like wave to the guys around them like, hey, yeah, we're done, we're taking off, like because it's just too much bullshit. And the one I did was like police escorted, which was good. So the police in the front, police in the back. It was a huge ride, but you're just too much too much room for people being morons.
yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I'm all about bike events, riding stuff, but there's just some things at a bike event that I don't know. I probably would never do. Like this year at Laconia, I know I don't want to talk about Laconia that much, but so inside Laconia Harley Davidson, wide open space, they're like tattooing people right
Oh
in the
yeah.
middle, like people are walking by. I mean, it's kind of cool to watch, but like, would you want to be the guy getting tattooed there?
I would have to know who it was, so I
Yeah,
wouldn't randomly like show up. So, in other words, like if it was like Bob Jones Tattoo Company and I never got a tattoo from them again, no, I wouldn't get one. But if it was somebody that I've had work done from or something like that, yeah, I would do it.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but I wouldn't want to dedicate a lot of my time to it either.
yeah. Have you ever been to a tattoo convention?
No, I never have. I heard they're a blast.
Yeah, I know. I never have either, but um, I got to get
They
more
used to have
tattoos.
them every year. I think they must still have one in Boston. But my buddy Ben, he's like the guy now for me. So he does everything that I want him to do. When he's going to do my Indian Larry tattoo, and
So wait, let's back up. So you're getting that tattoo?
I'm getting the question mark.
Really?
I like it. I think it's cool. I'm getting it.
You just like it. You don't know? Do you know what it means?
I don't
Do
really
you,
care. It's his fucking logo, and I like Indian Larry, and that's what I'm getting. And it's not going to say Indian Larry motorcycles. So
all right, all right, all right. Hey, it's up to you. Whatever you want to get, buddy. Whatever you want.
listen, you want me to get the fucking throat tattoo?
I, I'm I like if I can. I'm getting a hand tattoo. I want a hand tattoo. I don't know what I want to get though, but I want something on my hand. So
So I have a lot of shit. That's what like me and this Ben have talked about with my right arm. So it's like my right arm's kind of like off limits now. Like because this was the last one I got. Did you ever see that?
yeah, I saw that the
Yeah,
eight ball.
that's the last one I got. But there's a lot of stuff that's going on this arm. That's like for my mom, my dad, stuff like that. I got the stuff for my grandparents up here.
Yep.
That he's kind of it's all going to be kind of filled in and shit. So that arm's kind of off limits. So this one's got to get the thing for the kids over here. So I think the Indian Larry tattoo is gonna go right here. The question mark.
That'd be cool. So
Yeah.
you'll like the type you like to put like your kids' names and stuff on there on your house.
Um. No, so I don't have names. I have symbols.
Okay.
So like my son's name means like on the cross. So there's a big cross here, and then behind it there's a flower for my daughter. Um. You know my daughter's name, so you can guess the flower. But like yeah, like that's what that's about. So
Gotcha.
I don't really like to do the names. I like the symbolism
All right,
behind it.
that makes I agree with that. Like I don't know names. I don't have any names on me. I like more traditional stuff. So
Yeah, I mean
all
mine says Stephanie on my ass, but but no, like I like symbolism. So like I have on this arm it says like Nana and Grandpa,
yep,
but that's different. That's not like a name, you know. But like for when I get the stuff for my parents put on, like for my mom put on, and then eventually my dad, like that's just gonna be symbols.
yeah. It's funny now that you say that. So you want the Indian Larry tattoo, right? And
Yeah,
I like as I just moved my arm, I just noticed that I have. I don't know if you can see it, the CFL right there.
yeah. Choppers for life.
Yeah, exactly. So that was like a
I
Jesse
forgot you
James.
had that on there.
Yeah. You know how many people have asked me like, "Well, you play in the Canadian Football League?" Like, yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
dude, you could buy it. You get, don't get too aggressive. Be like, yeah, I was a free safety.
it's funny. My dad used to wear what the hell was Buffalo Bills. He had this Buffalo Bills stocking cap, and
Okay.
you remember my dad? He was like 6'3". He was a big dude. So
Yeah.
we'd go places, and they'd like, "You play for the Buffalo Bills?" Because like you're in New England. We're in Boston area. Why would you be wearing a Buffalo Bills hat unless you were playing for the Buffalo
Yeah.
Bills? So he's always, yep, I was on the Buffalo Bills. Yep. People would believe him. It was pretty funny.
Did you? This is a stupid story. Did you hear that story about the Red Sox pitcher, his father? Did you hear any of that?
Nope.
All right, so he's a pitcher for the Red Sox, and his dad had told him like, "Oh, I was drafted by the Yankees, and I hate the Yankees, and they traded me," and told him like all this stuff. And I think I don't remember all the details, but he played in the minor leagues. He never made it to the major leagues. I don't even know if he was drafted. But the kid, they asked him like, "Hey, something about the Yankees." Is like, "I wouldn't play for the Yankees if they were the only team that wanted to sign me because they drafted my dad and traded him and all this other stuff." And it was like a huge thing, like a month and a half ago. And then course, everybody's got to fact check everything now
Oh
and
yeah.
then. Like, so his dad was like a single A ball player or something like that, but he played some professional ball. But it was just kind of funny. And so eventually, he just comes out and he's like, "Yeah, I didn't fact check my dad."
That's pretty funny.
But yeah, it was just a funny story. But I used to tell people that you don't remember this, but Bobby Abear was a quarterback for um, the New Orleans Saints, like in the '80s and early '90s. And I
Yeah.
had an uncle Bob. I had an uncle Bobby, and I had
That
people
was,
convinced that he was my uncle.
that's awesome. Yep. Man,
But
Jim.
yeah, like that. Well, I just go circle back to the tattoo thing. Like, no, I wouldn't randomly just show up and be like, "Oh, it's a so and so tattoo company," like, and get a tattoo while I was there. But if it was somebody that I did work with, yeah, if I wanted something, I'd get it.
Yeah.
Um,
I
would you
mean,
ever get? Would you ever get like a Laconia 2025 or
hell,
Daytona 2025
hell,
or anything
hell,
like
no,
that?
no, I don't think I could do that. But I mean, I guess I would get a tattoo if there was something cool. But I don't know. So the stuff like now on my arms, it's not really like pick it off the wall and put it on. It's kind of got
Yeah,
to be drawn up and stuff. So I don't know.
yeah.
But maybe they make appointments. Maybe they say, I don't know. They make an appointment to have it done in Laconia during Bike Week. Maybe that's what they do. I'm not really sure. I didn't
Yeah, I
really
don't
talk to
know.
them.
I've never really spent like any time like looking at it. I've seen it done. It is kind of cool to watch.
Yep.
But I bet it's a lot of like I don't they do like a lot of like flash stuff like Laconia 2025 or like it's like a picture of a motorcycle or like a piston or something like that.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
probably a lot of that. It's probably a lot of that kind of stuff that they're
I,
pumping out all day long.
I've never seen a Laconia 2025 tattoo, like a legit tattoo, though.
No, I'm just saying like it's that kind of a thing. It's probably like there's some shops around here that I follow. They do good work and they'll do like flash sales
Yep.
and they'll be like any of these like $80 or $50 and like you literally pick one of the designs and I'd imagine they do something like that while they're up there.
Yeah. I mean, I bet you there's like a certain design that they would do, but yeah, I don't know if I'd get that though. I don't know. Maybe if it was, no, not even a Sturgis one. Nope.
You might have to get the buffalo chip tattooed on you.
Yeah, maybe. So yeah, so my neighbor came over today, so I got both cars out of my garage, so my lift is free. So my neighbor's got a Camaro, and he wanted to change the oil and his differential fluid. This car's brand new. I don't know why he needs to change the differential fluid. Beats me. But anyway, so I'm like, yeah, come on over. So we're doing the oil change and stuff like that. And did you see the little story I posted the other day of the guy doing a burnout on his four wheeler in front of my house?
I think so.
So that's him. So he likes burnouts. I like burnouts. So I was ripping it up on the diner today in the driveway. Dude. I was
I saw that.
starting to feel pretty comfortable. Like standing up, I could actually do some good circles. I was going both ways, not because I can always just go left, but I was starting to try to do like figure eights, mostly because the tires been really getting worn on the left side. So I wanted to even it out. But I was starting to go right, starting to go left, and man, it's just fun. But my roommate's not happy with the driveway, so I
Listen,
gotta.
if you keep it up, you do enough of them. It's like putting a fresh seal coat on the driveway.
That's what I told her.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
she was. I'm like, because there was already some from the barbecue, so I didn't think
yeah.
she'd notice. And then so she came home and
No, I
she's
saw
like,
that video. It's way worse than last weekend. It's way worse.
well, it was like the golden opportunity because nobody was home at my house. The neighbor right next to me was there. He was the one filming it. The
Yeah,
neighbor across the street, they're away for like a month, and then nobody else can hear it because the way my driveway is, it's just
yeah.
those three houses. So I'm like, I
No,
did like,
you had to do it.
yeah, I did
You
like
had
four or
to.
five sessions. It was great.
Yeah,
I loved it, and
yeah, you
the
had to do it.
the tire on the dyno is definitely getting down there. I can see some.
I wonder if it's as bad as mine yet.
It's bad. It's definitely bad. Which is nice though because it makes it really spin real easily. So I can it's good for
Yeah,
practice. And I'm gonna blow that tire up because I ordered one last night from Deadbeat. I need a Shinko tire sponsorship, by the way.
yeah, yeah.
That would be nice. $159 for a Shinko. I don't know how many burnouts I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna have to get some old takeoffs and stuff to put on the
Yeah, but
dyno.
they're not like expensive either as far as tires go. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
all your
$159.
Michelins and
That's
that's yeah, but like what's a Michelin Pilot now? What's a Bridgestone? What's a Dunlop now? They're probably 200 and something dollars.
yeah, probably. I don't know. I just went for the Shinko 999 because I know that's good for doing burnouts because it's like a hard compound.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I'm not smart, so I'm probably gonna just burn that tire off too and keep buying new ones. But
What you need to do, this is what you got to do, man.
here we go.
You got to buy another rim. Like you said, get some takeoffs. You
Yeah,
get all the stuff. It's easy enough to change the tire out.
yeah. I have a bunch of 16-inch tires hanging around the house, and so I think I'm just gonna start putting those on. But I need a place. My driveway is not the lot. It's not the.
Yeah.
I need a place to go where I can. I mean, I go down the street and there's a road that's kind of, not too many people travel down this road, so I can get in a couple of donuts real quick. But you know, my luck, there'll be someone coming down the street or something. But
Wasn't there wasn't there a place that you found like an old warehouse or something?
yep, yeah, it's an old place. Like the parking lot's all right. There's like grass growing through it and shit, but I
Oh
can
yeah,
always
so
go there. What's that?
it's starting to get like gross. Like it's starting to get like
Yeah,
not that great.
but I could go there and just maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I'll go there too. There's a couple places around town that are kind of out of the way, like the business, not business, like what do you call those? Like industrial parks.
Industrial parks, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't want to bother anybody. I just want to practice a little bit, get used.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that loud. Do you? It can be.
I mean, the only time I've ever seen it is like up close. Like, so it's loud when you're right there, but I don't know what
Yeah.
it sounds like, three doors down.
Yeah. True. True.
I mean, it's probably loud, but it's probably not like,
I mean,
because like where you are at your house, like you said, your house is right there and the neighbor's house is right there. So it's got to create, sort of a sound barrier a little bit.
it must sound awesome.
Well, it probably does, but not everybody likes that sound.
I know. I know. And not everybody likes waving. Do you wave to people on the high like that? I gotta figure this out. You're riding. You're out for a ride. Another bike's coming towards you. You throwing down the two fingers, the hand signal wave, or what?
I do not initiate the wave.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of silly to me. I don't know. I mean, I know it's a Jeep thing too, and
Jeep wave.
I yeah, I could see it. So in a Fox body in my Mustang, I can see it because you don't see Fox bodies often, right? Not like
No,
you
there's
drive
not that
around.
many. There's not that many left.
Yeah, I mean, you drive around, you see motorcycles all over the place. I'm not waving to every guy. I don't know. But if I'm in my Fox body and I see another Fox body, I might like acknowledge him, wave, like say, hey,
Yeah,
nice dude.
yeah. I like your car. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, a Fox body drove by my house the other day, and I have no idea who it was. Were you here when it did?
I don't think so. Well, maybe not.
Yeah, I
Was
think
it
I was
Saturday?
just
Was it during the barbecue?
yeah, I think I was just coming back from the taking Todd for a ride.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe they saw you and they were like, oh, and they followed you in and they were like, oh, that's cool.
well, I don't know,
I don't know.
maybe because I've never seen it again. I don't know.
But like that whole waving thing, like today, like I passed a huge pack. These guys were going I didn't pass them, but they're coming the other way. And there was like 15, 20 of them. They're all like, throwing down the wave. And like, if they're throwing the wave out, I'm going to wave, like, just who I am. Like, I'm not going to be a dick and not wave back. But like, all right, like one or two guys waves. Like you wave, he waved, I waved. Like we're good. We don't all have to wave. Like,
Yeah.
the whole bunch was going down the road. Like, oh, it's
But
like,
I'll,
I get it. And it's not, motorcycles aren't counterculture anymore.
yeah. Well, that's why I had to get
You
the
know,
Simpson with the face shield where you can't even see my eyes. So if I drive by and I don't wave, they're just like, "Oh, he didn't see me." Like, good. Yeah, I didn't see you.
but
That's what it was.
I have shit that pisses me off. Like, like when you're at an intersection or something, and you let somebody go and they don't fucking give you the wave. I'm all
Oh,
kinds of salty about that.
yeah. So you know what? Like, I don't know. I'm very laid back, like in general. So like on the road, really nothing pisses me off. Like if someone cuts me off or something, I don't know. I'm not gonna like throw my hands up and ride their ass and be, I just whatever. But like you said, I think like when I was driving the truck, when I was a truck driver, and I'm getting paid by the hour, so I used to let everybody go. I could care less. So I'm sitting in traffic, and if I let you go and you don't wave back to me and say thank you, yeah, I'm gonna be a little
Oh,
upset. Yeah, I'm,
it drives me nuts.
and then and then so I'll let someone go. They won't wave back thank you, and then everybody else that day gets screwed because I'm not letting you go because of that one
Yep.
guy didn't say thank you.
That
So
one
blame him.
guy. I don't know why. Like it's such a thing. Like if I hold the door for someone or something, they don't say thank you. I get all kinds of like salty about it. Like I'm not gonna say anything or cause a scene, but I'd be like, this motherfucker, I just held the door for him, but he can't even be like thanks,
Yeah,
Or you let somebody go out or through a road or whatever, and they don't give you the wave. I'm like, yeah, you're welcome, buddy. Like
yeah,
I'm all like salty in my car, but people don't know with the trucks. Don't know how much it sucks. Like it don't stop fast and it don't accelerate fast. So if I'm letting you go and I have to slow down, like yeah, that's a you should be saying thank you because this fucker when I slow it down, it don't pick up
yeah.
real quick.
I think everybody needs to drive in a tractor trailer one time just to realize that they don't stop, they don't move, just to know what. So when they're getting on the highway and they slam on their brakes or do something stupid, they they're gonna get killed. Like it's not, and we're not just saying this because you're an idiot and we're truck drivers, but like that was another pet peeve of mine. If I'm in the right lane, I'll always get over to the middle lane if I can. But if I can't, I'm not going to slow down for you to come on the highway, right? I'm going 65. If you can't speed up and get in front of me or slow down to get behind me, then that's not my problem. If you're going to ride right next to me, I'm forcing you into the breakdown lane, and I don't care one single bit. You know,
Yep.
I've done that many times.
Because when you're in a car and you're coming up on the highway, right? Like you can literally gun it and pull out in front of the truck and like it's not an issue. Like you can be gone.
Yeah,
Like I'm going 65. Like you can be gone. Even if I gun it, I'm not going anywhere. It's just like
yeah.
and same thing
Oh,
was like if you have to hit your brakes, come behind me and like blow past me on the left side, you can do that really easy too.
yeah,
I
exactly.
I like if I slow down, I can't go nowhere. I had a guy the other day. I don't know what he was thinking. He had to not be paying attention. So I'm riding. It's a 2 lane highway. I'm in the right lane, and the left lane is closing. This dude is like next to my trailer, like middle of the trailer, and I'm like, I'm not slowing down. Like I'm not because he's clearly not paying attention, and he got up to like the rear axles of the tractor and was like, "Oh, there's no room here. There's nothing but orange cones," and jammed on his brakes. And like, but he had so much time to pass me and get around me. He just wasn't paying attention. And then he comes around me later and he's giving me like the arm, like, oh, like, what the hell? I'm like, guy, like, I can't stop and I can't speed up. Like, just
And
figure out your life, man.
nobody reads signs anymore. They just drive. Like I remember when I was in tractor trailer school, I can remember my instructor always telling me, "So you'll be all right. Just read the signs, read the exits, read the signs, and know where you're going." And like it didn't make sense to me back then because I was 20 years old. But now, after driving for so long, I get it.
So one of the things that when I went, they actually had us like when you were on the test drives, they wanted us to call out all the signs.
Yeah, yeah. Just so
And
you
that
know
was
where you're at.
just so they knew that like you were reading everything and like you were in the habit of like knowing everything.
Yeah. I miss driving. I really do because I remember those days going in at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'd be I'd get my route and I'd be going to New York, and I'd have one stop in New York, and those were my favorite days. Just drive to New York, find the spot, they'd unload me, and I'd drive home. I love driving. I don't know what it is.
So I used to like when I was on the dedicated. I used to like when I'd have the long routes. Like I love that Littleton route
Yep.
because that was I'd go to Littleton and then like the second run would be Dorchester because that's about all you could do. And I used to love that. I used to get in at like 3:30, quarter of four. Like they open at 8. The guy will start unloading you at 8. I try to get there for 7:30 and be like ready to go for 8 o'clock and then turn around and shoot back. I used to love those days, like or like the days where we'd run to like Bangor and like it was one stop. It's like all the way up to Bangor and back.
Yeah, yeah, those are the best.
You know,
Do
but
you watch Professional Monkey on YouTube?
I don't watch him on YouTube. I follow him on Instagram, but I don't watch him on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean he got the gray ghost. He got a gray ghost. I knew he would. I mean I've talked to TJ a bunch of times. He's a good dude, and but I knew he was gonna get a gray ghost. I could just tell by the way he was talking. You know, it's like me when I'm around a good donut. I gotta get it. So he got the gray ghost, and he just put out a video. I don't know. He said he couldn't leave it alone, so I'm kind of excited to watch that video and see what he did to it. I know you don't like the gray ghost still, but
I think I'm the
no.
only one.
No, the Fat Boy's kind of an acquired taste. It's definitely a different looking motorcycle, but like he was saying, the 2025 Fat Boy it's pretty much the same exact thing as the Grey Ghost. It's 2 horsepower less, he says, too, because of the air cleaner, the
But
nostalgic
they
air
did
cleaner.
they changed the rims on it, which for me was like a lot of why I didn't like it
Yeah, well, it's the
was
silver
the
frame
rims.
is what really.
Yeah, and the chrome, like the whole thing being chromed, like doesn't really. But I mean, if that bike was, if you took the Gray Ghost and you put it in another color, like I could kind of get behind it a little bit, like because the
It
rims
would
are different now, but
it wouldn't be the
it
Grey
wouldn't be the
Ghost.
Gray Ghost, but it would be a Fab.
Yeah, I mean, if you were gonna trade in your sweet Street Glide today, like what would you get another Street Glide or would you get a Road Glide? Have you ever ridden a Road Glide?
No, I'm probably because I've had a Street Glide, I would probably go to a Road Glide.
Yeah,
So the one thing that, and I've again never ridden one. I think just the way that like the front end probably feels a little lighter, just because you're not moving the fairing when you're turning the bike and stuff like that would
yeah,
be the one thing that would be attractive to me. But I don't know if long term I would like it any better per se. But just that idea.
yeah. All right, let's get talking about rides because it is summertime and I want to start. I want to ride out there and meet up with you. So we're gonna discuss this right on the podcast. We're gonna try to figure out a date, and if any of you guys want to join us, that'd be sweet. I don't know. Is July 5th? So that's next weekend. Is that
That's
too
next Sunday. I
next
mean,
Saturday? No, next Saturday.
yeah, it is next Saturday. I mean, I'm working, but I don't know. I'll know more a little bit this week, but like I kind of like everything I'm doing right now is winging it. And I was just actually having this conversation with someone. I'm like, it's frustrating to me because I'm not used to everything being short notice. I'm so used to everything being planned out.
Yeah.
Like knowing like, okay, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing that. So, I mean, yeah, in theory, that would be awesome.
All right. Well, I can't do July 19th, but July 20th, which is a Sunday, maybe I could come out that morning too. Because you don't work on Sundays, do you?
No, what do you have going the 19th? Is it like an all day thing?
It's a golf tournament at 1 o'clock.
Oh, it starts at 1?
Yeah, it's the big one. It's the member, and I don't think I've ever won that one, so we got to win that this year.
Yeah, that's 1 o'clock.
Oh shit! And then so July 20th, if I do that, but then I'm leaving for Sturgis, and for the 24th I'm leaving.
Yeah, but that's all right. You know, like down here, it's not like that at the end of the world.
Yeah, but I gotta get that new tire on my Road Glide. That's what I gotta do. That I should have done that today. I didn't. Instead of burning the tire off my Dyna, I should have. All right, I'm gonna change the tire on my Road Glide. Coming up here soon.
You know what we should do too? I'm supposed to go. Like I said, I'm going to go over to Rhodey's too. We should have him pop in and give us a little
Oh, that's a
Malvern
good idea.
Mountains update. And he did that, and he did that Georgia trip. So I'd like to get
Yeah,
him on to
we
talk
should
about
get him
that.
back on here. That's a good idea. What about July 6th? So if we don't
I
do
mean, that's a
July,
Monday.
no, that's a Sunday.
Oh,
July 6th. So July 5th is a Saturday. July 6th is a
so
Sunday.
confused. I mean, any of those days could potentially work. I'll know
All right. Well,
by the time this podcast comes out. I'll know more. But
just because if we do it on a Sunday morning, I'll skip my golf and tea time, and I'll just bounce out of here at like 7 in the morning. I'll just jump on the bike and
yeah,
come down your way, and hopefully, it's Sunday, and Rhodey likes to ride on Sundays. I know that, so
well, he
yep.
rode yesterday,
What the?
which threw me off. He rode Saturday this week, so
Oh,
he texted me that they were going over to we said Dino Days at Precision Harley Davidson, and I for some reason thought he was talking about today, and then he's like, no, we just got here. I'm like, oh, well, my son. Yesterday was my birthday, so my son was coming over and
oh, that's
staying over
right.
last
Happy
night.
birthday! I
So
didn't even know it was.
thank you.
I
Yeah,
saw it was your birthday. I never. I'm not a big like. Sorry to interrupt your whole story
yeah.
here, but I'm not a big Facebook, "Happy birthday, Jim" on
Yeah,
Facebook.
yeah, like the
I should have.
HBD.
Yeah,
You hit up
I
a
should have
text or
sent you.
whatever.
I should have sent you a text. Not like we,
But
I've
yeah,
only known you since I've been 5 years old. So
I've only had 41 of them in our time of our friendship. But,
right. Wait a
um,
minute. You're not 46?
I'm 48.
48, yeah. So five. Yeah,
Okay, so 43 of them, whatever you want to say.
yeah.
But no, so he said, "Oh, they're going over there," and then it kind of dawned on me that he meant yesterday. So um, I was texting him about the tire, and then he was like, "Hey, anybody do any riding today?" And I was like, "You didn't ride today?" He's like, "No." He's like, "We rode yesterday." So I'm hanging out with the wife. So, but that's rare for him. Usually Sundays today.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember him saying that he rides every Sunday.
Yeah,
When is he gonna put out another YouTube video? Like I've been waiting. I know he filmed me that it was last year when we went down to High Octane Harley. I
yeah.
know I was on his video. It's gonna get huge views because I'm on the video.
I thought that came out.
Oh, it did? I didn't notice. I don't think it did.
So he moved. You know, he moved, right?
No,
Did I
I
tell you
know.
that?
But will you listen to me? I'm saying it's gonna get huge views because I was on
Yeah,
the video.
yeah.
Like that was a good
All
day.
right, that was a good day.
Yeah,
But no, so
he
he
did
said to
move.
me, he said to me like he moved, and then um, I he may have downsized a little bit. So he was kind of like figuring out where to put everything. And then when I was over his house when he was doing the exhaust on his daughter's bike, like the garage was still very much like a staging area for boxes and things like that. And like he's got like his computer set up in there, so it's like a two car. So he's gonna have like a his own little like I don't know. He called it a studio, but he's like, yeah, well, more like an editing place or whatever. So in the garage. So I
Yeah.
think
So
that's kind of holding them back, like doing that kind of stuff,
yeah, I'd like to. So if I let's let's just say I'm gonna come down July 6th,
which is next
right?
Sunday.
Next Sunday, I'm gonna come down, and I want to go hang out with Rody. And so that means I got to put a tire on my bike, and then you got to get a tire put on your bike.
Yep.
So let's
Because
shoot
as of
for that.
now, I'm not riding it
Yeah, I
without it.
wouldn't. Yeah, I mean the Dyna looks like that, but it's just a stump bike right now. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't be riding that any miles. But yeah, let's try to do that because I got to get out and do some riding. If I don't have a destination, I'm like useless. I just ride around in circles.
So what do you have on the 5th? Do you have anything on the 5th?
No, I got nothing on the 5th. But you're
Uh,
working, you said.
well, I didn't know if like because you had said in passing that you were like, well, I might just maybe I'll just grab a room somewhere or something like that. And like,
Oh yeah, that's
I
tough
mean,
though.
like yesterday, I just tell you this. This was my work day yesterday. So I get my dispatch. I'm like, all right, I got one pickup and one delivery. I'm like, well, I'm not doing the pickup because the guy yelled at me for driving on the concrete pad. And I'm like, there's physically no way I can drive on the concrete without driving on the concrete pad. This road, Brian, this road is so narrow that I have to pull in straight and back out.
Eh,
Not really a big deal, except for the part where the bushes cover the mirrors and I can't see the fucking road.
Yeah,
Like, and so you know how wide a tractor trailer is. So the only reason I could even unload the stuff is because the customer had a concrete pad, like a parking pad.
yeah,
So I was able to pull them off it off and then like back the truck back to the pad and take the shit off. So I'm like, fuck this guy. He was a dick. He yelled at me. I'm like, I'm not going there. And I called my manager. He's like, yeah, thanks for not driving on the concrete pad. It's like, he doesn't want you on it. Thank you.
yeah.
So, and then I had one delivery. It says Narragansett Avenue, Narragansett. I'm like, sweet, it's only a half hour away. I'm like, drive out there. I call the guy. He's like, I'm like, yeah, I'll be there in about a half hour. He's like, all right, I'm not home. He's like, my girlfriend's home. He goes, listen, there's a mulch pile in the driveway, but I shoveled it all to the side, so it's like on the edge, so you can get by. I'm like, yeah, no problem. I get to the house. I'm like, no mulch pile. It's like a split driveway. I call the guy, and he's like, yeah, no, it's not that town. It's the town you left from. I started my day like I started driving at 6:05. I literally could have been done and parked at 6:45
If you went to the right town.
if I went to the right town. And but the paperwork said the wrong town, and the computer said the wrong town. It was just a screw up, and like that was my Saturday. So when I say I'm working on a Saturday, it could be it could be like that. It could be one. You know, I could be done at 1 o'clock.
All right. Well, I mean, still, if I leave my house at 7 in the morning, get there
Yeah.
around 9, and you're working until 1, what the hell am I gonna do? Go hang out with Rody?
No,
Like,
I know what you're saying.
yeah,
No, I know what
yeah.
you're saying. Yeah, like no, the only thing that like it sucks is like if you come out on a Sunday and like you leave real early like that, like you get like me, it's like 5 o'clock. You're like, shit, I gotta go.
Yep. Oh shit! Before I forget, did I tell you? So I lived in Massachusetts. I love Massachusetts. Um, the
Said no one
inspections
ever.
and the gun laws, they all suck. But you could tint your windows, and if you knew a guy, you could get a sticker pretty easy for anything. Right? So I moved up to New Hampshire. Live free or die. Can't have window tint on my truck. Had to take the window tint off my truck and my Mustang. Not happy about it. But I could go buy a gun. Went and bought a gun. Now, New Hampshire just signed a law, or into effect, or whatever they did, that safety inspection stickers are no longer needed in the state of New
Yep.
Hampshire.
I
Oh,
just saw that.
I am so excited. Like, I already ordered tint for the truck, tint for the Mustang, and I'm gonna put big wide wheels on it. I mean, I don't think I've never gotten an inspection sticker on any motorcycle I've ever had. Even when I lived in Massachusetts, I don't think I ever got.
No.
Maybe when I first started out riding, but after that, I never got inspection stickers.
So now Massachusetts with the inspections, I don't have it on the bike because my bike is still registered in Mass because of the weird like Rhode Island laws of like how you register stuff. But they with your car and stuff like that, they send you notices in the mail like well, if you don't get your vehicle inspected.
Oh yeah,
And you know how they have like the scanning, the police can scan the plate. I
yep,
was pulled over twice for not having an inspection sticker on a car.
yeah. Yeah,
Um,
I was so excited when I found out that I heard about it, like that it might happen, but then I'm like, shit like that never happens.
yeah,
And then it happened, and I was like, sweet.
yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's just like most of the cars. I mean, listen, you drive around enough, you see most of the cars. They're not like they're not a safety hazard. I mean, yeah, there's some, but
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, there's some, and there always is going to be some, because someone knows a guy that's just gonna throw a sticker on the car no matter what's wrong with
yeah,
it, right? So it's like they're never gonna win that. And I didn't realize that 38 other states have the same thing. Like, there's no inspection stickers, no safety
yeah,
inspections. So there's only 13 states that do, which is, I don't know. I didn't realize that many states didn't
yeah.
require
So
it. Like,
I just had to redo the I had to renew my registration for the car. It's $122.
uh, well, it's $50 for an inspection sticker up here.
Yeah, that's
So,
crazy.
like, I don't bump up my registration. I don't care. But, like, I don't know. Every time, so my birthday's in October, and in New Hampshire, you do it on your birthday month. So every October, I got to go get my truck inspected. And my truck is fine. I'm not worried about it. But it's just like, it's a pain in the ass going there and getting it inspected. And, like, last time I got it inspected, my third brake light, the bulb was flickering. So he charged me $12 per bulb to fix it. I'm like, all right, whatever. And then, like, it's just little things like that. And it might it might hurt some little local shops. I mean, I don't know how much they make off inspection stickers. I don't even know if the state makes anything off state inspection stickers. They probably don't. They probably don't make
Not
any money. That's
much.
why that's probably why they don't care about why they're getting rid of them. But, like, I can see local bike shops maybe might get a little hurt by that, but I don't know.
There
I
was
think it's
a there
better
was a place
overall.
there was a place in Gardner that was like easy to get in and out of for inspection, so they were always busy.
Yep.
They'd always be like, "Well, you got like your reverse light is out," and it's like, really? Everybody that comes in here has a reverse light out, or like a little. It's always like a little thing. It's always like a $15 or 12 thing, and that's how they're making money.
Yeah. I
What
mean,
are you gonna do? You gonna argue with them? They pull the
I know.
fucking bulb. Now it doesn't work anyway, so you can't argue with them.
Yeah. In Massachusetts, I knew a guy, so I used to always go there, and it was funny because I don't know. I think my stepmom went there, and she knew him, and I just started going there and be like, oh yeah, so and so, my stepmom, blah blah blah, and, like, I just got to know the guy and his son. So it was his father's son, right? So I was there one day with my Mustang, and I pulled it in. It's got tint on the windows, and the father goes to put down the window and, like, put the tint meter on it. And the son goes, Dad, what are you doing? She's like, checking the tint. And the son was like, Dad, he's a cop. He's like, all right. And like, oh, where? I'm like, Chelmsford. And so ever since then, they thought I was a cop. So like, it, in and out, like no problem, never an issue.
Oh,
It was the funny, like I don't know where he got. Maybe because remember, I had I always had my blue uniform on from my old
oh yeah,
job.
yeah, yeah.
So I don't know that, or if because I had the Nextel always or something. I don't know what made him think I was a police officer, but it was pretty funny. I just kind of went with it. Like, yep,
Dude,
yep, sure.
I bought my car. It had window tint on it. I didn't even realize it because it wasn't that dark. And
Yep.
I was like, oh, this is really comfortable. Like, I didn't realize it. And then I went to get it inspected. They're like, you got to remove the tint. Can't have a less than whatever. So every car is like factory tinted to like 8% or whatever. It's like a real light tint.
Yeah. Well,
Just, and this dude is like, yeah, no, you got to peel that all off before we can inspect it. And they like handed me a razor blade to like go scrape the fucking tint off my window.
was that in Massachusetts?
Rhode Island.
Oh, really? Because I know Massachusetts, 35%. You could go up to
Yeah.
30, like 35% is pretty dark. 20% is darker. 5% is real dark, and then you got like limo tint, which is like really dark. So, but
So
35%.
Rhode Island has, however they measure it, it's pretty much, it's like the number is like crazy. Like it however it's done, like it's crazy low. Like you can't hardly have any tint at all.
Well, that's how it was in New Hampshire. It was like 70%. Like that's like a normal window. It's
Yeah.
like, what's the sense of putting tint on it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think tint on a vehicle makes it look so much better in my eyes. And I don't know.
I like it for the driving part of it.
Yeah, it helps with the sun, helps keep it cool,
Yep.
and I don't know. You can do whatever you want in your car without anybody seeing you.
Yeah, it sucks. But all right, man, that's a wrap.
That's it.
That's it. We're at an
We're
hour.
getting going.
We're at an hour.
Oh, what's that thing that says we're experiencing issues?
Yeah, they had people issues like getting in here and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
It's not us. We no issues here, so
Oh, all right. Well, so we didn't have a guest on this week, guys. Sorry, and we're gonna get a guest on next week. Maybe Rody. Yeah, I like your
yeah.
idea, Rody. Get Rody on here. Let's even if he pops in for 10 minutes or so, just to talk about mobbing, and make sure he's gonna go to mobbing next year. Okay? I'm pretty sure Corey and him are going again, and we'll figure out a plan. So,
If we're riding Sunday, it won't be that easy to have him on as a guest unless we do it in person.
oh, that's right. Yeah, I'd have to be home by.
So if not next weekend, the weekend before,
All right, sounds good.
or the weekend after, rather. So,
Yeah. All right, go over to the Ride Life podcast on YouTube. Go subscribe. Putting out a podcast every week for you guys. I'm throwing out some shorts. Haven't done any real videos lately, but putting out the shorts. I'm heavy on the shorts lately.
it's been a wild summer, man. Check us out on Instagram too. The Ride Life
Yeah.
Podcast, the Ride Life Brian, the Ride Life Jim. We're out here actually enjoying the sun, and we're forgetting to like film stuff. So that's
I know.
like to show you, like, hey, look, we're doing this.
Well, that's like today. Like I did a bunch of burnouts in my driveway. I'm like, hey, can you record this for me? I want to see. I want to see what I look like.
It went from winter to like the
Summer.
Bahamas hot, like real quick. Like
Yep.
there was no in between. So I don't know about you, man, but I'm just enjoying being out in the sun. And
Totally. I love it. I love it. So, all right, man. Well, enjoy.
All right,
Happy
man.
birthday. Happy belated birthday. And we'll catch you on the next one, bud.
All right, we'll see you.
See you next Tuesday.